Hey folks, thanks for joining. I'm just out here doing a little ride. We are quickly approaching the end of 2024, just a couple days left and before we start the new year. And I just wanted to make a quick video and tell you about our group ride plans for the upcoming year, 2025. So that's what this video is all about. Now, if you live nearby or want to drive down and ride with us on our group rides, really appreciate it. But if you live far away, I'd really like to hear from you. What is the group ride situation like where you live? Any cool group ride ideas that we can incorporate into our plans? If so, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And so let's get the conversation started. I'm just gonna run some highlight reels from this year and talk you through kind of what our plans are for next year. Make sure you stay till the end because I got a really cool surprise to show you, something that we've been working on. So yeah, check it out. So when we opened our bike shop a little over 6 years ago, we knew that building a community was going to be our number one priority. We knew, or at least we thought, that there was a lot of cyclists around, but there was really no central hub for them to get together, and there was really no community. And that was really our biggest priority, and the group rides is the foundation of that. Giving people a regular time that we can get together as a group, get to know each other, and build that community. And the group rides are what makes that possible. And we're really proud of the community that we've built. We have regulars that show up every week. We have people that drive from out of town every week. We have other people that just stop in when they can. And you know, some weeks we might have 2 people if the weather's really bad. Other weeks we'll have 25 to 30 people show up. And part of what we tried to do is make it casual, fun, and welcoming to beginners. So I've been on a lot of other group rides, and many of them turn into competitive races where you're riding in a pace line. And you know, I've been dropped from many of them, and we try to not be that. We wait for the slowest riders at the top of a hill or at the major intersections so that everyone regroups and stays together. And for me, that makes the rides a lot more fun. You know, the purpose of the ride is to get out there and ride and be outside as a group, make friends, have fun. And that's the type of group that we've built. You know, sometimes folks show up and you can tell they're a little impatient waiting. And usually those folks don't come back because that's just not the type of group we are. There's plenty of other groups if you're out trying to set a Strava segment or, you know, race people. But that's just not who we are. And we think that keeps it fun, keeps it enjoyable for everyone. And we keep growing. And that, I think, was our goal. We really wanted to make sure that as many people as possible could enjoy it, and yeah, we're pretty proud of that. So like anything, there's always room for improvement, and we're making some changes for 2025 that I'm going to tell you about in this video. But first, let me give you a little more of the specifics on each of our group rides. So we host 2 group rides every single week, and the first one is Thursday night. We call it our Not Lost gravel group ride, and the second is Saturday morning, and it's just called our gravel group ride. We host these rides year round. We do end up canceling if it's below freezing or just weather conditions are not good, but we try to go year round. So we publish our schedule on our website, the events tab. There's a calendar that shows all of our group rides as well as all of our other special events. I'll talk about a few of those at the end of this video, but if you're ever wondering, you can go to ottawabikeandtrail.com, hit the events tab, and you'll see everything that's coming up. Well, that's never happened. We got surrounded by railroad cars, so we had to alter our route and turn around. So one of the great things about where we're located, Ottawa, Kansas, is that we're surrounded by gravel roads. And we also have 2 incredible rail trails, the Flint Hills Trail and the Prairie Spirit Trail. So all of our group rides consist of trail, gravel roads, or low traffic paved roads. So you really need a gravel capable bike in order to participate. We do have some rides that are road specific, but most of them are gravel and trail. We have a different route every single week. So we plan them out for 3 months. You can look at our calendar right now and you'll see that we've got routes for the next 3 months out there. You can take a look ahead what we're doing, and we rotate those routes every quarter, so you'll have the same route maybe 4 times in a year. We modify the routes once in a while. Also, if you want to just ride the routes on your own, they're all out there in Ride with GPS, and you can take a look at them. So if you do plan to ride with us, you're going to want to get familiar with Ride with GPS. It's the best tool, in my opinion, for route planning and route finding, so check it out. We do have a video that explains how to download Ride with GPS routes to your Garmin or your Wahoo device. It's really pretty easy once you understand the process, so I'll link to that video below.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I mentioned there are always areas for improvement, and for us, one of the things that we would like to improve on is making our rides more friendly for beginners, and making sure that if you show up and you're a beginning cyclist, we want to make sure that you're successful and that you'll continue, or at least that we do everything we can to help you get there. So we tried to structure that routes that way so that we have shortcuts for each of our routes. So if you don't want to do the complete distance, there's always shortcuts. Most of our routes are in loops, so it's pretty natural to build in shortcuts for people. We also allow e-bikes, so we do have a number of people that ride e-bikes on our group rides, and always acceptable, always encouraged. And we also, as I mentioned, provide sweepers and support for people that may be struggling a little bit to keep up. But it's always disheartening when we have someone show up for the first time, they're beginning cyclists, and then we don't see them again. So we want to try to do some additional things to make sure those people are successful and that they're enjoying themselves and that they want to continue. So a couple of ideas that we're going to try is first of all, just have a beginning riders class so that we can explain to people what the process is. We can hopefully get them comfortable before they even show up to a ride. Also let them know about some of the resources that are out there. There's a lot of great resources for helping people get into cycling. All Bodies on Bikes is one resource that we rely on, and there's others. So we want to make those things available to people, let them know about them so that they can utilize all of those things. And ultimately it comes down to helping each individual person have a plan, doing everything that we can to get them there. And it might mean that we schedule smaller group rides so that people can get to the point where they can handle the distances, or just, encouraging people in whatever way that we can. So that's one of the things that we're going to do in 2025. If anyone out there has some great suggestions, leave them in the comments below. What's worked for your group rides? What are some additional resources that we can leverage? I'd really appreciate the support on that. But that's one of our goals. All right, so now let me tell you about something that we've come up with for 2025 that we are really excited about. So in the past, we've always relied on our website and Facebook to communicate our group ride information out to our riders. But this year, we have come up with something new, and it's actually kind of old school. We are actually producing a printed rider's guide. So it's sort of in a zine format. We have some information about what to expect in the rider's guide. But most importantly, we have the schedule for every week, along with the route information and a QR code that will take you directly to the route. So this guide will cover the first 3 months of the year, and then we will produce additional volumes for each quarter. We were pretty excited about it. I think it'll be really great to have something you can take with you, kind of as a souvenir. Keep it in your car, keep it at home, and every week know exactly what to expect, be able to pre-plan, be able to get the route on your phone or your GPS device ahead of time. All of that super easy. I know it's old school, but I thought it would be a great idea, and we're pretty excited about it. So if you want one of these, you can stop by the store. They do take a lot of effort and mostly printing cost to produce, so we're going to give them out free if you make a purchase. But if you just want the guide, we're going to offer them for $5, and that's just to cover our printing costs. So the other new thing is that we've created logos for our Not Lost gravel group ride as well as our Saturday gravel group ride, and we're making stickers out of these. So when you pick up your printed rider's guide, you'll also be able to get some stickers, and we'll have these available also to order on our website if you just want to have us send you one. But pretty excited about it. A lot of work went into it. So one of the things that I found most interesting is just the number of miles that we cover with our group rides. So if you ride every Not Lost gravel group ride for the first 3 months, you're going to cover about 240 miles. And if you ride every single Saturday gravel group ride, you're going to cover around 360 miles. So that's a total of 600 miles in just 3 months if you ride every single one. And while we do use some of the same roads, every route is different. So you're not going to duplicate any routes in that first 3 month period. I think that's pretty neat. All right, so that wraps it up for our group ride discussion. I hope we've inspired you to come join us. And if you don't live in the area, I hope we've inspired you to maybe go out and check out some of your local gravel group rides and let us know what the situation is, how things are there. And lastly, we will do a follow-up video on our upcoming events schedule. So we have, in addition to our regular group rides, we have some really cool bike packing events that we're working on with other groups for the rest of the year. And of course, our big event, Moonrise Bike Ride, is September 5th, 6th, and 7th. So you're going to want to check that out. Tickets will go on sale for that in April. I'll probably do another preview video for that and let you know what our plans are there. But yeah, get out and ride your bike. And if you need somebody to ride with, we're here for you. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.